What's going on, babe?
Hey babe, how was your day?
It was actually pretty productive. Happy to be home.
Good. You know we got a game today. Honey, a little rough around the edges.
I'm saying I've been working all night, taking care of business, getting to the. You know what? I don't even want to talk about it. I got you. I'm not trying to be out here looking like a dusty, and that's why I'm excited to have T. Hanley as a sponsor of today's video. They help me start and maintain my skincare routine by making the entire process uncomplicated. Honestly, it's the best skincare system for guys like you and me. I recommend you start with their level 1 system, which come with all of the basics. A daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin, a 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells, an AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun, and a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. My favorite part about Teach Hanley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. In addition to amazing skin, members of Teach Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price and the ability to customize your box. And because Teach Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal. Just click the first link in the description. You'll get 30% off your first box plus a free gift. Click the link and get started today. We taking care of ourselves. Self-care, fellas, is the first step to be able to get to that bag, to take care of business, and be on top of things and level up in every aspect of your life. Feel the Teach, my friends. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Sorry about the technical difficulty. Yo, this software, they got to get this stuff together, man. I can't be having no hiccups as a result of what goes on with everything else. But we here now. We here. We popping. We getting it on. And life is good. So we going to get it in. It is Monday, June 27th, 2022. We got the Patreon exclusive meetup in New York. And that is pinned. Well, it's not pinned, but it's in the Patreon. So make sure you tap into that. We also have the Build a Business Part 6. So that link is in the description to the Patreon for y'all to be able to tap in and to be able to join in on that discussion so you can learn a little something, so you can help yourself maintain throughout this recession, and you can actually have more of a business mindset that would help you to be successful. All right. Also, shout out to Teach Henley. Link is in the description for y'all to tap in. 30% off your first order plus a free gift. And then last but not least, I do want to give a shout out to all of the bag chasers, because one thing that I've realized, trust me, I'm learning every single day. Every day I'm learning, right? And the more and more that I have discussions and the more and more that I use my wisdom and understanding and my life experiences in order to come to certain conclusions throughout life, I evolve, right? I evolve just like everybody else. And the minute that you stop learning is the minute that you stop growing, right? And so the conclusion that I came to this morning, because I like to sleep on things and I like to sleep on thoughts and do a self-check and understand exactly how I need to be moving a little bit differently, so on and so forth. The conclusion that I came to this morning was us bag chasers, saints, people that move the way that we move. I've created an environment where people thrive, right? Sort of a Wakanda, right? And I am the person that is going to always protect and make sure that my people are taken care of, right? But I've created this environment where it's nurturing, it's protective. I would say that it's separate from what you would normally see on the internet. We have fun, we entertain, right? We also get to the bag, we talk money. Sometimes we go off course and, we like to switch it up and do different things. But more importantly, I put the medicine in the candy, right? Because I think that, being a C student, I've had to learn and evolve. Follow me here real quick. I've had to learn and evolve, or I use my own life experiences in order to understand how to make sure that you guys are taken care of, right? Nobody wants to listen to trash. Nobody wants to listen to boring. And more importantly, you do want to get the information and you want to continue to grow. And so that's the goal, right? And we do it in a way in which, sometimes it's unconventional, but we definitely are not going to be censored. I digress, right? But sometimes when my bag chasers and, they step outside of this sphere, because I'm involved in a lot of different things. And so you guys rock with me and you support me and I love you and I support you. And we step outside of this sphere that is the Millionaire Morning Show or the Patreon, right? Because there is an oasis out here. It's a jungle. It's a war. And sometimes when we step outside of here, I get very, very fierce when it comes to my people. Not so much about me because that's what I am. Like, I'm a warrior. I'm built for this. But I'm very, very fierce about my people. Case in point, Natasha, right? Everybody that's in the Bag Chasers, people outside of it don't know who Natasha truly is to us. I mean, Natasha she is really one of the glue people that's a part of the Patreon. I mean, I could not have made or picked a better person to make investments in as far as their business, them being a part of what we got going on, the value that she brings, her intelligence, her growth, her awesomeness. We champion her. We champion everybody that's a part of the Bag Chasers, right? And, Natasha came up on a panel last night on Fight Club, and I was like, nah, I stayed up there, and I was supposed to be asleep, but I stayed up there just to make sure that no one and anybody can offend, that they can say anything negative about. And when I thought that it was time for her to leave the panel, I said, okay, now it's time to go to sleep. And the reason that I do that is because I am very, very, very protective of my people. I'm very protective of my people. And I will never let anybody say anything negative about anybody that's a part of my tribe. Straight up. It is what it is. Let's be clear, right? Let me set the record straight right now. As far as Natasha, for example, we're going to use her as an example because Natasha is my baby, right? As far as Natasha is concerned, for example, I have invested way more money in Natasha than her being a part of the Bag Chaser, the little $15 or whatever, right? Real talk. Let's just talk about it. I mean, I've literally spent thousands of dollars grooming, investing, nurturing, making sure my loyalty to her and me pouring into her first with no obligation with her ultimately yielded her loyalty to what it is that we have going on because she knows real from the fake. And it's the same thing with all the rest of my bag chasers and the people that's a part of what it is that we building, right? We don't compromise. We don't move. And I'm always going to be fierce when it comes to protecting my people. I'm always going to be fierce when it comes to the bag chasers, and I'm always going to prioritize them first. Always. My loyalty rests with them. So what does this mean, right? Why is Anton saying this? Why is he saying this? I will tell you that we are playing a completely different game, ladies and gentlemen. We are playing a completely different game. Listen. We've been playing by rules. The reality is that the rules only apply to our environment. When we stepping outside of here, there are no rules. There are no rules. We've been trying to civilize the world. We've lost track. I'll hold myself accountable first. I've lost track of what we've been trying to do from the very beginning. And the goal is not to save everybody. Let me say that one more time. There is going to be some dusties. There's going to be some zesties. There's going to be people that disagree with us. That's cool. That's affiliates. There's going to be people that rock with us based off of, I like to call them, they say some people are friends and then some people are associates. They're associated with us. We support them. They support us. But the world itself is not playing by the same rules that we think that we are applying in the bag chasers when we step outside of our oasis. And so we got to start paying a little bit more attention and recognizing what the rules are. And the rules outside of here is there are no rules. Yet we're supposed to be held to this higher standard while everybody else has got knives in their pockets. We're supposed to only operate with our fists. We think that it's rules to engagement. Hey, you don't do this. Meanwhile, they got gas masks. They throwing bombs. They doing everything they can to divide us, destroy us, and have us moving in different directions because they just like to create chaos. Agents of chaos, might I say. So the one thing that we're going to do going forward is that I'm going to be even more fierce when it comes to my people. And it's no more fighting with our hands tied behind our back. You give people an inch, they're going to take a mile. You say, okay, well, listen, you expect for grown adults, not children, grown adults, even though it's called Fight Club. Well, this is Fight Club. We should be able to say whatever we want. Jump off the bridge, tear the walls down. Well, if you tear the walls down, then we won't have a fucking building to even be able to do Fight Club in the first place. No, this is Fight Club. We can all jump off the bridge. I've been too nice, too gracious. As much work as I put in, no content creator. And when I say no, I say zero. Zero content creators have made themselves as accessible as I am. Zero have made themselves as accessible as I am. Zero content creators have even allowed as many people to come up on their platforms and say anything that they wanted to say to them. That day is over. And I'm going to tell people the same thing that I tell my daughter. There were no rules until you did the thing that wasn't best for you. And then I had to establish some in order to make sure that you put some respect on my name. You got to put some respect on my name. It's no more. No more. No more outlandish disrespect on my name when I done did everything that I could to empower people. I mean, listen, I let some of the most egregious people come on my panels, be in the chat saying some of the wildest stuff about me, my people, my chick. And you know what I be saying to y'all? What do I say to y'all? Y'all don't block them. Don't say nothing to them. Let them rock. Because ultimately the goal is to get them to a space where hopefully they can grow out of the bullshit and the childish mentality that they're still exhibiting just because you telling them there's no rules. Like, when are we going to grow up and be mature enough to be able to police ourselves or even hold ourselves or allow ourselves to be accountable amongst the people? But I guess that's not possible. So you evolve and you change and you grow with the times, right? We thought that we was out here with our fists and they out here with automatic machine guns trying to chop us down. And we like, what the heck is going on? I thought there was rules to engagement. There are no rules. So we're going to continue to create this oasis that we've always been a part of. And we're going to evolve accordingly. So just keep rocking with me. Follow my lead. I'm going to make sure that we continue to do what we do. And we're going to adjust according to the situation, no longer just going through this with a blanket idea that everybody eventually as an adult will be able to become a better version of themselves. We're going to have to pick and choose the ones that we truly support and we rock with. We're going to have to pluck out the ones amongst the war-torn environment that is actually supposed to be amongst us. And we're going to separate ourselves from the world in order to make sure that we continue to grow. Continue to bag chasing meaning specifically that we're going to become the best version of ourselves, understanding that the money and everything else comes along with it. That's the new wave for us. We was a little slow to the party, but we figuring it out. Anton up here talking about, oh man, in the beginning of the year, I'm gonna make sure I'm always above board and all of this other type of stuff. And even when I'm wrong, I'm gonna be willing to apologize. We going Dark Angel, darkest angel, the darkest angel. There is no more rules. I have the money, I have the resources, I have the platforms, I have the voice, I have the power to do what I need to do in order to make sure that we get what we need to get. Fuck everybody else. We gonna take our advice. We're going to be selfish before we're selfless, and we're going to kill and destroy everything. And we're going to bring it back to the oasis, and we're going to enjoy the fruits of our labor. Cool? Y'all with me on that? All right, cool. So let me just check into the chat. Let me check into the chat, see what the vibe is. What's up, my friends? What's up, my people? Y'all ready to get into the show? Y'all ready to get into the show? All right. Well, let's get into the show. Yeah. We back. Shout out to T. Hanley for holding us down. Shows from here on out is going to be exactly how I just described. Trust me. Stay tuned in. I had a different type of show planned for y'all today, but I pivoted. We're going to push back off till tomorrow. We're going to get that. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and get into the show so you know what we do. Again, shout out to my Patreon members, my bag chasers. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. For those of you that want to rock with the bag chasers and want to be in this oasis, we got some great things planned. So that's absolutely awesome. If you need to kick it with me personally, email me at Anton Daniels 413@gmail.com. We're going to get it popping. Listen, ain't nobody talking about Shernon, Tasha, Osri. Nobody is talking Black Dad. Nobody is talking about my people. Kojak, Jordan, Phil. Nobody will be saying anything negative about my people. I am coming with fire and brimstone for anybody that got anything to say about my people. It is what it is. So we're going to get it normal show. We're going to share information that helps you to become a better version of yourself. I encourage you to become a part of the Bag Chasers. We're also going to highlight different things that we can utilize in order to make our lives better, including towards the end of the show, we're going to review a money video that I have not checked out yet, but I think it's important for us to authentically react to it so that we can get the best thing out of it. All right, so let's get into the show. Let's get into the show. Shout out to Aaron. He says they're going to turn you into Darth Vader. Nope. I'm not going to become Darth Vader. I'm always going to be this lightning rod for greatness, great environment, positivity, but we're going to address things accordingly. I'd rather have the sentiment of Obama. A lot of people don't like the way that he did things as far as policy perspective. But the one thing that we can't confuse is that he was charismatic when it came to interacting with his people. And at the same time, he made sure that he killed Osama bin Laden. You can do both. Two things can be true at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into the show. I want to share an article with you guys. And we're going to get it in. I want to share an article with you guys and let's get it popping. Let's deep dive, ladies and gentlemen. So the World Bank chief says inflation might last for 2 years and some countries will find it very, very hard to avoid inflation or to avoid a recession. Okay. And so what does that mean? That means that you can expect extended pain for a prolonged period. And so we need to make adjustments. We need to make sure that you are prepared because, listen, I don't deal with what ifs. I deal with absolutes. An absolute means that in my mind, and for a lot of you, there's already a recession on hand. The recession is already here for you. Some people is out here struggling. You hate even having a drive to work, not just because you want to work from home, but because what it's going to cost you in order to get there. What it's going to cost you to get there. Let's deep dive. The head of the World Bank think it might take years to get prices back under control as the U.S. and other economies face inflation rates not seen in decades. This is what it says. It's going to take months and months, maybe 2 years, to bring inflation back down. Record inflation and shortages of key commodities like oil, fertilizer, wheat mean it's going to be very hard for some countries to avoid recession. There's other things going on in the background that you guys are not familiar with. I believe that all of this is intentional and is manufactured. In addition to the fact that bad economic policy in order to satisfy people that want to run in the Victim Olympics and align themselves with our president, I say our because he's still mine. He's still my president. Bad economic policies, right? We see all of this going on with the Roe v. Wade, and y'all just still going for the okie doke. Y'all still falling for the same thing. Still falling for the same thing. We'll get into it. A lot of the world is shutting down for a lack of fertilizer. A lot of the world is shutting down for lack of fertilizer. And then those shortages of crops will last for multiple years. Food shortages might lead to instability in poor countries. 8.6% inflation in May, 40-year high. Actually, it's at a 41-year high, spurring the Federal Reserve to plan a series of aggressive interest rate hikes in order to bring prices back down to a reasonable level, meaning that they are going to raise the interest rates. No longer is it as cheap as it was in order to get money. They call that cheap money, right? When you had interest rates at zero, right? The Fed was at zero. The interest rates was, and then you was able to get a mortgage for 3%, 2.5%, whatever it was that you got it for. Interest rates are rising. The cost of doing business, goods and services, money is no longer cheap. And now it's a trickle down effect, and it's a butterfly effect to what's happening to you. And I've been saying this for an extended period of time. They pass these costs over to the consumer. It does not affect rich people at all. And you know why? Because we are the ones that are going to keep pace with the rate of inflation because we're the ones that control where the money goes. I did a challenge to people the other day. I did a challenge, right? And I also told, I see a little podcast. I told him last night. I said, listen, he said, Anton, what could I do for you because you've added so much value in my life? This was at the beginning of Fight Club last night. He said, I want to send you a pair of Jordans. I said, nah. I don't need you to do that. What I need you to do specifically, and we're about to get into this, what I need you to do specifically is for every pair of Jordans, because he loves Jordans, he's a shoe collector just like myself. For every pair of Jordans that you buy, I need you to buy a share of Nike stock. The equivalent of what you spend in Jordans. He's like, I like that. I've issued this challenge well over 6 months ago. I said for every share of any of your favorite products that you buy, take half of what you would have spent and actually buy a share of whatever it is that company is since you believe so much in it. Ain't nobody telling you that. Ain't nobody trying to convince you to do the thing that's in your best interest. Ain't nobody inspiring you to get into ownership to better understand the companies that you're buying from and investing in so that you're not gambling, but you're making informed decisions. Ain't nobody telling you that, but I'm going to give you the game. I'm going to give you the game on how you can survive a recession because it's coming and it's already here for most of y'all. You ain't got to wait for the government to sit here and tell you, yeah, this is what's happening. You ain't got to wait for the government to say, yes, okay, so officially these numbers indicate we're in a recession because economic growth is slowed and inflation is continuous to be high and we're already in stagflation. You ain't got to wait for that. I'm telling you we're going to be proactive instead of reactive when it comes to solutioning for how we can prepare ourselves not only to endure through a recession, because let's be clear, you will survive. You're going to be okay. Life is going to be fine. You're not going to die. You're going to be okay. No matter what you go through, no matter how severe it is, you're going to come out on the other end of that equation and that conversation, and you're going to be okay. You're going to get another job, right? May not be as good as the last one, or it may be better. Some of us are going to learn from our mistakes. Some of us are even going to thrive because we're going to use what we learned, similar to what I learned when it came to the 2008 recession, in order to then leapfrog and then become rich as a result of it, right? So let's revisit what we need to do, okay? We're going to be proactive. We need to understand what's going to happen first, though. Most people, Let me say this one more time. When I say most, I mean the overwhelming majority of people are. This is a fact. The majority of people that make $100,000 per year in that $100,000 range, in that low six-figure range, is living paycheck to paycheck. This is not my opinion. This is absolutely what the truth is. Most people that are in the $100,000 range, the people that you consider high value, are one paycheck away from being in trouble. And when I say trouble, I mean trouble. Because they have no ability to catch up, because they already behind the 8 ball and they just struggling just to get by. So when a recession is really upon them, right? Because jobs are rescinding offers. When the recession is upon them, most people will go broke. This is not my opinion. Most people, I don't care if they make 6 figures, they're one paycheck, one medical emergency and bill, one layoff, one situation away from losing everything. I used to do a lot of volunteer work, right? And I would work with homeless people. And my passion project was homelessness, right? And so the thing that I realized is that the face of homelessness was not the guy that's standing on the corner with a sign talking about we'll work for food, or it's not the guy that you see that is homeless for an extended period of time and he's a drug addict. It's not the guy that is egregious and he was a gambler and he lost everything. That's not the face of homelessness. The face of homelessness is four people, 2 kids, a wife, and a husband that was one paycheck or one situation from losing everything. And now they in the soup line trying to get that free food so that he can try and attempt to get himself back on track. Everybody that's in that homeless line, they got a story. I'm telling you. I did a lot of volunteer work. I worked with a lot of people. I heard a lot of people's stories that informed me on how it is that I can move more effectively. Most of the people that are homeless, most of the face of homelessness is the people that are one paycheck away from losing everything, thinking that they're solidly middle class because they earned what society deemed as middle class money. Most people are going to go broke. Now ask yourself, is that me? Am I one of the people that are going to become a statistic as a result of not making informed decisions or making the best decision that's in the best interest of my family? Most people are going to go broke because they live in hand to mouth, paycheck to paycheck. Still on here arguing with you and me about what success really looks like and that you can raise a kid, let alone 2. With a household income of $100,000, but they live in paycheck to paycheck. Listen, they put their emergency 3 to 6 months emergency savings up. They are not built to be able to endure through a recession. It's not enough. I'm telling you right now, face to face, it's not enough. You cannot put up an emergency savings and that be enough to be able to sustain you through a recession. As a matter of fact, most recessions last roughly 12 months to 18 months. So now what you gonna do when that run out? Oh, I'm gonna save even more money. Cool. Keep saving. Let your cash become devalued as a result of inflation, which pours into why we're having a recession in the first place and why they're artificially raising rates in order to reduce the amount of inventory and the demand for goods and services so that you slow your butt down and you don't continue to do things that's not in your best interest. Oh, you don't want to have that conversation? I'm sorry. I have to tell you the truth. Most people aren't built for it. Your 6 months can't save you. Listen, if you going to be dependent on 6 months of emergency savings, you already broke. Facts. Anton was supposed to tell me something that made me feel good. No, Anton is going to tell you the thing that you need to hear in order for you to make better decisions so that we can then get to the growth. Because I want to get you out of this duress mindset. I want to get you out of survival mode. You should not be working your whole life just to survive when you retire. That is weak. That is trash. That is not the thing that I want to teach you. And if you go through spending your life rocking with me, listening to these free live streams, never tap into the Patreon, never get a coaching call, never actually grow and become anything other than exactly what you are, and stand in survival mode and only survive in order to be able to get a check at the end of the month when you retire, if that's your life story, I failed you. If that, I tell people on these coaching calls all the time, okay, cool. Now that I know who you are, right? You've told me your story. I understand how it is that I need to push you in order to be successful, but I need you to participate in your own success also. And now from here on out, from this day forward, I'm not going to hold you accountable for the things that you did in the past. I'm holding you accountable for the things that I'm telling you to do now. If you decide that you don't want to do what it is that I'm telling you to do, and I'm going to be your equal accountability partner, if you decide to go the other way, don't say you know me. Don't say you ever got a coaching call from me, because I don't want failure to be associated with my name, which is why I'm passionate about the people that I push and I coach and the people that send my Patreon. I'm passionate about them because they are now a reflection of me, and I can't have no dusty dusties and no zesty zesties hanging around me and not getting to the bag and not becoming successful. Call it what you want. Anton is selective. I'll pick and choose the people that I want to rock with based off of whether or not they're trying to align themselves with growth. I don't want to be associated with trash. I don't want to be associated. Listen, you can come in that way, but you better not leave that way. And if you leave that way, understand it's because of your own doing. I need you to look in the mirror, take ownership and responsibility for what it is that you're doing in your life. Listen, it's some people that lately I've been getting a lot of people that I coached towards the end of last year, right? And I said, listen, this is what I need you to do. And there's some people that gave me some pushback. A couple women, certainly a couple of men in there. And they said, Anton, okay, I hear you, but. They say, Anton, I hear you, but. And they went and did their own thing, right? They completely did the thing different from what I told them was going to make them uncomfortable, what was going to get them to the different results. You know the calls that I'm getting now sometimes? A lot of the calls that I'm getting, some of them same people. You know what? I tried it my way. Honest to God. Honest to God. Listen, my daughter is walking back and forth in there. I put it on my, honest to God, these people are tapping in now and saying, you know what? If I would have did what you told me to do when you told me to do it, I would be in a better space right now. And I wouldn't be having this same conversation coming back to you saying, okay, I forgot what you told me to do again. I want to do it. Then I say, hold on, wait a minute. We're not going to skip past the fact that I know who you are. And I ain't talked to you since October of last year. Oh, Anton, I didn't think you was going to even recognize. No, I'm going to recognize you because I told you back then that everything you do from here on out, I'm going to hold you accountable for. So now you want to tap back in saying that, okay, I'm in a worse position than I was because I decided to do it my own way. And then I messed up, but I need you to save me. Save me. And I said, listen, now we going to do it my way. Now we going to do it my way. A month later, dang, man, I should have implemented this a long time ago, but I was hard-headed. I don't have no magic pill for you. This ain't no get-rich-quick scheme. This is intentional movement every single day. These are the steps in the blueprint. We reverse engineering where you need to be so that we can create milestones, and these are the steps that you need to go to in order to hit these milestones. I'm going to give you a tailored blueprint as to how you can grow and be the best version of yourself. But if you decide to do something different, disassociate yourself with me. But that brings us to point number 2. In order to survive, not only a recession, but in order to grow and thrive, you're going to have to put away that pride and that ego. Let me tell you something. If everything went left tomorrow and I lost everything, I'm going to get rich again. But one of the things that I'm going to do first is make sure that I'm doing what I got to do in order to get to where I need to be. I'm going to make the sack. So many people are afraid to see their friends, to see them working a regular job. So many people want to put on this. Listen, I will go and get a job overnight right now at whatever my local grocery store is if I need to do that in order to make sure that I can pay off my bills, lower what it costs for me to be able to live my lifestyle, and make sure my family is taken care of. When did we become so haughty? When did we get to the point to where we got so much pride and ego that making sure other people see you and feel a certain type of way about you that don't even care nothing about you is more important than what you're supposed to be doing in order to make sure that you can level up and you become the best version of yourself? When did we start having so much pride and ego? When did you become too good to have a second job? Huh? Where we do that at? When did we start focusing on how everybody else felt about us instead of what was best for the people that we're trying to provide for? Don't think for 1 second that I won't be at the local Kroger's bagging groceries. Don't think for 1 second I wouldn't be at a Home Depot. Listen, they laughed at me because I got almost $1 million package from going back into corporate America. You think I gave a fuck about what they thought about me? When I showed my W-2 3 months later and the Patreon, it was like, oh shit. They didn't know how big the bag was. You think I care anything about what other people think when it comes to bag chasing? I am here to win. I am here to be in a position of power. Tomorrow, here, I'll show it to you. They don't believe it. They don't believe it. I would only show this to my bag chasers. But here, I'll pull up my email right now. Tomorrow. Where is it at? Image. Closing document. I don't even know if y'all can see that. Closing. I might be a little late to the live stream tomorrow because I got a 9 a.m. closing that I'm doing tomorrow for a new property that I just picked up. I don't care nothing about what people think. We leveraging our resource to buy more assets when everybody else is running for the hills and they don't have nothing else left. We buying everything. We doing everything. That's just the closing costs, right? That's what I got to bring as a cashier's check in order to make sure that we close on that. They said, Anton, why did you wire $30,000 out of your brokerage account just the other day? Why did you show that on a late night live stream? Now you know why. Because I'm buying multiple pieces of land that will then build on. Oh, man. Well, how was I able to do that in the first place? Because I made the sacrifices earlier in my life to where I'll be in a position of power. Now I'm taking advantage of multiple pieces of land on premium property that somebody else fumbled because they couldn't afford to live their lifestyle. So now they selling everything that they got. And guess who taking advantage of it? Guess who taking advantage of it? I said, nah, I don't just want that. I want that one, and that one. I want all that land. And I said, what else you got under there? And he said, well, we got this one, but I didn't really want to sell that because I'm not even in, that much duress. I said, listen, give me a price. I want that one too. They said, okay, well, let's close on this one first. And then we'll make sure that we take care of that. We don't just spend 40 on the Rolexes. We spend 30 on the properties. I want everything. I want land. I want properties. I want it all. I want everything. And I want it at your expense. I want these people in the world to lose everything, and then we gonna come and take it all. Playing Monopoly in real life. We playing Monopoly in real life. Well, you can live off of $40,000 to $45,000 a year in order to feed a family. Cool. Well, I'm going to just go ahead and take your salary and buy a new watch. And then I'm going to take your salary for year 2 and I'm going to buy more property. Cool? We cool with that? You still cool with that? Or you can put your pride and ego aside, align yourself with a group of people that's going in the direction that you're going in, start to divest yourself. Start to divest yourself from the people that don't have your best interest at heart. Because I'm going to just tell you, divestment is the way. Divestment is the way that you then put yourself in a position of power. I'm going to tell you why. You have to I'm talking about the mentality that it takes in order to get through certain things, right? The first way that most people find themselves in a position to where they can start making power moves is that they first divested themselves for the mentality that got them in that bad position in the first place. The keeping up with the Joneses mentality, surrounding yourself with people that's a part of an echo chamber that's not adding value to your life. Because what you're going to have to do is lower yourself. You're going to have to get real humble. You're going to have to live on a lower salary, but you don't have to wait until somebody tells you that you have to based off of the fact that you no longer have a job. You can do things a little bit differently so that you can then live the life that you want to live for the rest of your life. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Why are you not being proactive? I was talking to somebody the other day. Matter of fact, I ain't even got to talk about the people that I talk to, right? We was reviewing the money video. And I said, why is he paying $800, $750, $800 a month for a car note and he driving in a Civic? Why? Some of us don't even need a car. But we got to impress them hoes. And we got to go and get them jeans. What they wearing now? Amiris? Balenciagas? Purple Label? Why? Because the homie did it? Because I did it? Because I wear shirts that cost $1,500, $1,600 and I don't even think nothing about it? Because my Porsche t-shirt costs $200 a piece? You don't even know why I bought that. You don't even know how that lowers what. I ain't going to get into it. Divestment. You have to divest yourself from the mentality. Shout out to my dog Aaron that says you got to get a Monopoly Man hat. You got to divest yourself from the mentality of people that's continuing to do stuff just because it makes them feel good instead of doing things that's the best for you. You need to literally lower your living expenses down to zero. My personal living expenses is zero. Tomorrow, I could stop working much. I can live. My daughter's college is paid for. That was the priority first. Literally lived for free. Think about it. This has been happening my whole life. People laughed at me when I said I'm going back to school and I'm going to get my software engineering degree. They said, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, okay. They laughed at me when I said that I was going to be driving certain cars. They laughed at me when I said that, you know what? I'm moving back in my mom's basement and I'm giving up all these cars because I'm not going to try to survive just to try to save face for people that don't even care nothing about me. I'm getting rid of everything because I need to reset, go back to basics, get 2 jobs, go back to school, make sure that I'm not tapping into my money that I got put up, right? I don't want to make sure that I eliminate my 401k by taking a withdrawal just to be able to survive. I'd rather give all of this shit up. I give all of it up. And then when I moved from out of my mom's basement and I went and bought, my first properties, I said, Anton, why you ain't living in it? I said, because I'm comfortable in my mom's basement. We ain't tripping. My daughter is Brent. Listen, she get to see her grandmother every day. We chilling. Then we outgrew it. I said, okay, cool. And then we wind up moving back into a place and living for free. And people were still, Anton, why you won't go? Who am I trying to impress? I'm trying to live the rest of my life phenomenal. I'm trying to be court. I don't want these seats. They asked me at the Pistons if I wanted to get season tickets way back in the day. I was just going to be in the arena. I said, nah, I'm good. I'm not coming there until I can come and sit on the floor every single year for the rest of my life. I'm not even going to entertain going in the building unless I can entertain sitting on the floor for the rest of my life. That's my mentality. I divested myself from the mindset and the people and what the world was doing so that I can then do what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. It takes sacrifice, hard work, being proactive, and then living on your own terms based off of what's best for you instead of what everybody else think you should do that have no vested interest in your success. This is what it takes. Real talk. You think it takes fortitude and wishing on a prayer and the stars and the moon. It doesn't. It takes having a short-term approach and a long-term success story. A short-term approach that is going to feed into a long-term success story. You have to have a mindset of what it is that you need to do now so that for the next 20, 25 years, you can capitalize off of what everybody else thought was the thing to do. It's just like, listen, I'm going to tell you this. Do you know that they laughed at me because I got married early? I'm talking about when I got married early. Do you know that the homies laughed at me? Now, see, in hindsight, it's like, oh, Anton, you was just an anomaly. You was lucky. You got you a good one. No, they laughed at me then, even as they laugh at me as a millionaire now. They say, bro, you got your whole life ahead of you. What you doing getting married now? You need to come out here and play the field. I had a short-term plan that was going to feed into my long-term success. And now they sitting here talking about I'm lucky. No, I ain't lucky. I am very intentional about what I do in order to make sure that I'm going to get to the other side of what being mega successful looks like. They laughed at me. Why would you marry a girl that's been raised in a single parent household? Why would you only have one kid and then get a vasectomy later? Why you so intentional? Okay, then they flipped it. Why you won't go out there and get that big car, considering all the money that you make? Nah, I'm good. Why you ain't gonna go out and move into that? Nah, I'm straight. Why you ain't gonna do? Nah, I'm good. Meanwhile, literally, some of those same people, I should call Rita in here. Some of them same people is baby daddies. I put it on everything. Baby daddies going through the court system, sitting here talking about what women ain't gonna do to them and what women did to them in the past and how they had to recover their life. Rita, some of the same people that rooted against us, said we wouldn't make it, had some of the most to say about us, said that they kids was going to be more successful than us. They out here making TikTok videos looking dumb as piss. Rita was sending me a TikTok videos. You know what? No, come here for a minute. You ain't got to come in front of the camera because I know you almost naked right now, but go ahead.
But in the defense, it wasn't them necessarily. It was their stuff.
Come around. You ain't going to be on camera.
Are you sure?
I promise you. Go ahead and say it. Me and Rita laugh at these people all the time. Go ahead, say it.
Well, it wasn't them necessarily. It was their spouse that said it.
Oh, look, Rita holding grudges. Why you still holding grudges? No, you talking about that one. Now you're talking about the one TikToker. No worries about them. We're talking about at large. People have said, and people always, you caught so much flack because people felt like I shouldn't get married at the time that I got married and I should have stayed how I was rocking. But then you got people out here talking about I'm lucky. I'm lucky.
I mean, it's still people who say stuff and say that, like I'm using you for your money and because I don't do nothing.
They say that you're using me for my money?
Yeah. I don't got no job.
Meanwhile, we just going to continue to run the numbers up. We going to continue to do what we do. Rita's literally dancing right now. She's literally dancing right now. It's Rita's fault that I even went and got the Porsche.
Well, it's not my fault.
You was like, honey, you deserve everything. You need to get what you want.
I agree.
Right. So it's your fault that I went and bought it.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll take responsibility for that.
We laugh at these people. Listen, y'all, my point is that you're going to have to do the thing that is unpopular in order to get the popular result. You're going to have to step outside of the thing that you think that listen, if you see everybody going left, please run right. If everybody is going that way, listen, Uncle Anton is telling you right now, if everybody is going that way, Start to question what the heck is going on, because I'm telling you that the majority of people are going to be broke. The majority of people, I hate to say it, they're going to hell. Anton, you just got lucky. You just found a needle in the haystack. So I guess that applies to my whole life. I got lucky when it came to getting rich. I got lucky when it came to getting in corporate America. I got lucky when it came to my wife. I got lucky when it came to the properties that I bought. I got lucky when I guess, listen, I am literally the luckiest man on earth then, huh? Anton, you so lucky. No. When everybody else was doing A, I went back into the basement and I did B. I didn't have the pride. I didn't have the ego. Right now, tomorrow, if I need to go and do what I need to do in order to make sure that I get rich again, don't think for 1 second that it ain't going to happen. I am going to do the thing that allows for us to live the rest of our life, living on the sidelines, making sure that we go to these Pistons games that had the best draft of any team, and we're going to do the thing that runs up the numbers. I need you to be proactive. I need you to humble yourself. I need you to get rid of the pride. I need you to start doing things that's in your best interest. I need you to divest yourself from the people that don't have your best interest at heart. I need you to be proactive. I need you to lower the cost of your lifestyle now before your job and the federal government make you do it anyway. Before they turn you into a socialist, before you start having to depend on the federal government in order to be able to supplant you. Think that we care about what Social Security is going to be doing? We know that Social Security is underfunded. We know that it's living on borrowed time. We ain't checking for no Social Security. That was never the plan, to anticipate what I'm going to be getting in Social Security. Man, you see what inflation is doing? They not even, listen, they are taking back job offers. Shout out to Brock. Brock says, thank you, Pastor Time Dog. I love these conversations for real. I'm going to set up an audition for your new choir members. I appreciate you. And the First Lady. I'm telling y'all, if you want to be successful, Aaron said he wanted Social Security. Look. And then they say, you know, Aaron, you know what we hear more often than not? Aaron and them is only loyal to you because you making sure that they get a bag. And then I say, no, you're wrong. The reason why Aaron and them is so awesome, and I'm going to get to this video now. The reason why Aaron and Brittany and Natasha and Black Dazzle and all of these people are so awesome, and why I'm always looking to figure, because listen, I could have just did the build a business, right? I could have just did the Fight Club, whatever. Aaron and them was loyal to me before they ever got a dime from me. I just rock with people of what? Come on, say it with me now. Good character. Look, Aaron and Brittany was holding me down. They were planning and doing things in the back of the live chat when we would end the show, and they would just continue to work and have certain conversations going before we ever considered even creating a Fight Club. Didn't even exist. They was just rocking with me because they genuinely wanted to see certain platforms successful. They never, not one time in the existence that I've ever been rocking with them. And I'm gonna use them as an example. Brittany nor Aaron has ever asked for a dime. Not one dime. Ever. I just started sending them money and sending them bags out of appreciation. And then we just turned it when I decided that I'm gonna turn it into a business. I said that y'all gonna have to have a large percentage in this business also. I rock with people based off of good character. I don't rock with people based off of anything other than that. And they seen the same thing in me, and they poured into me, and they poured into the platform. So it's only right. It's only right that they become an equity partner in what it is that we putting together. It's theirs just as much as it is mine. Now, did I have to do that? Could I have Suge Knighted it? Could I have did the Puffy or whatever? No, they put their faith in me because it's a whole nother type of person that you got to be in order to be a leader, which is one of the reasons why I live my life like an open book. They gonna eat and benefit from this, not because I'm a great person, but because they're great people. I recognize it. They recognize the greatness in me. And then we come together because we're stronger together than we are apart. That's how it rolls. That's how it play. They just good peoples that was already adding value to me, and they never asked for a dime. So if you're going to question a loyalty, then question it before we ever start getting money together. Question a loyalty before we start getting money together. Natasha was rocking with me way before we did the Invest in a Business series, and I invested in her business idea. And then what did I tell you, Natasha? What did I tell you? I said, yo, Natasha, the spirit and the sentiment that you have is still in the Patreon. You can literally go into Patreon and look at the first Investor Series video and see what what my response was to Natasha when she pitched me. I said, listen, I'm not investing in your business idea, even though this is a great idea. I'm investing in you. I love your spirit. I love what you are. I think, listen, any idea that you ever come up with, I got your back. I had never seen Natasha one day in my life. As a matter of fact, most of y'all don't even know Natasha's in Canada. Natasha's literally in Canada. She could have took the money and just disappeared and ran and did whatever she wanted to do. I recognize the greatness in her because she recognized it. See, y'all don't understand that we are literally building Wakanda here. We different over here at the Bag Chasers. We rock different. We got a different sentiment. Listen, a lot of y'all running around skeptical and y'all haters and y'all all of this other type of stuff. That's y'all and the environment that you come from. That ain't what we represent. We really live this life over here. Shout out to Alvin. Alvin says, shout out to Brittany. Met her at the DC meetup. She dope. Anyways, it's a reason why we love each other and we call each other family. It's a reason why we love each other and we call each other family. Shout out to the Lucid Experience. Says you might be onto something with this lack of jobs thing. I heard less job offers from people online and companies are leaving job apps in queue. It's getting rough out here. It's getting rough out here. And here's the best part about it. Y'all think that it all be sun and roses where we all rock at. Me and Aaron have disagreements. Me and Natasha we think differently. She her own person. She got her own mind. And that's one of the things that I respect about her is that she adds so much value without just necessarily agreeing with me. But she also recognized my leadership. So when I say, yo, Natasha, it's time to go to bed, she automatically knows that I'm not doing it because I'm trying to boss her around, but because I'm protecting her because I already see what's coming. That's what leaders do. And that's why women rock with me. That's why people submit to me because I have their best interest in mind. You won't get it. You would never get it. You can't understand it. It's too much for y'all. It's too much for y'all. Anyways, Natasha with the emoji. Let's get into the video. You know I like to end the show with a bang, going a little bit of a different way. So let me see. I'm out here preaching this morning. Yep, Yvette, you've even clashed with me before. And then I made sure that I went and visited Yvette because Yvette said, Anton, ABC, because I'm not going to talk about her situation on here because she family. She said, Anton, I can't take care of this, whatever. I said, me and Rita, we on our way. We on our way. We gonna leave what's going on over here. I know they over here having a party, but we leaving it from over there and we coming over here and we coming to kick it with you and your husband. Because we love you in real life. In real life. Anyways, let's continue. Let's get into this. Let me see what it is. Oh man, I got to do the show on the doors. You're right, Lucid Experience. I got to do the show on the doors. Ryan said he prayed these Negroes never join the Purchasers. No. We can't say that because we're going to get people in order. We're going to get them together. Why you say you think she saw my video? I got to reach out to her. I got to talk to Lauren. Hey, baby girl. Look, we've all definitely disagreed with Anton, but with respect, that doesn't stop the love. Me and Azriel was just on the phone, less than a month ago? I was kicking her butt and she was trying to kick my butt back. And I was like, no, listen, this is what's best for you. And she's like, I don't know, Anton. All right. The name of the video is called Living on $200,000 a Year in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Living on $200,000 a year in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We're going to get into that video. Demetrius Shaw says, is now a good chance to change jobs? Walmart to Lowe's. I think it's fine to change jobs. I don't think that changing jobs mean anything. I just think that and I'm assuming that, I don't know if it's corporate. I don't know if you're working at, corporate Walmart or whatever, what that is. But I would say that any time is a good time to change jobs because no job is safe, especially when you're an at-will employee. However, I will say that I want you to make sure that you actually start the job before you leave the other one. Be sure, get some guarantees in there. Maybe you can even get a sign-in bonus, whatever, because a lot of jobs are making offers, especially if they're further out, and then they're rescinding those offers sometimes because the economy is changing so fast, and people are making pivots. So it depends on what type of industry that you're in. I don't think that there's going to be any changes with, between those two companies specifically. Those companies are pretty solid. So, and I think that building is going to take off even more, especially with prices going down with lumber and things like that. So I think you'll be fine. All right, so let's get into Tulsa, Oklahoma. QBZ says, as someone who lives in Tulsa area, 200K is way more than you need to live. We're going to get into it. We're going to find out today. Make sure y'all join the Patreon. If you haven't already, link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. In addition to that, if you need to kick it with me personally, email me at Anton Daniels 413 and we're going to get you scheduled for a call. All right, let's get into this video, y'all.
Starting work at 18 did help me mature a little bit more quickly. I think that being young and working in a professional setting leads to you having to outperform your peers in order to be treated as an equal.
Hold on, let's get into the show. Living on $200,000 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Why did he look like that? He got on that purple sweater too. And he only 22 years old. Is this how y'all dressing now? Is this what y'all drip look like? This man got on this grandma sweater. I'm not going to get into that. I don't care about that. I only care about the money. Let's continue. He do. He look way older than for 22.
My name is Aaron Brock.
Oh, we got another Aaron. Ooh, he got on his zesty sweater. I see you, Aaron. Rock it with confidence, big dog.
About $200,000 a year, and I live in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Isn't Tulsa? Tulsa is where everybody is saying that Black Wall Street was, right? Is that where Black Wall Street was, where they burned down Black Wall Street and everything like that? Tulsa, Oklahoma. Why is it more black people moving to Tulsa, Oklahoma if it means that much to them? Neither here nor there.
I'm a technical pre-sales engineer, which pretty much means I'm a salesperson, but rather than selling to business people, I get to sell to engineers, which is...
Listen, before we get into this video, again, the people that make the most money understand sales. The people that make the most money, when you get into corporate America, when you get to a certain level, I know they give you this fancy title and stuff like that. Really, you need to understand sales in order to get to that level. Facts. He's 22 years old. He makes $200,000 a year in sales. All right, let's continue.
It's way more fun.
Got the right personality for it. So it is Black Wall Street. So he got an incentive to move there because Tulsa, the city itself, was incentivizing people to move there, similar to how different counties and different governors incentivize different companies to move into their state in order to create a more robust tax base. So there was a $10,000 incentive for him to move there in order to ensure that they created an environment where more diverse people, keyword diverse people, from all walks of life that can add value and become a part of the ecosystem of what the city is trying to become. That was smart. Who was Tulsa's mayor? I need to find out. They're doing a good job over there.
I heard about the Tulsa remote program through one of my friends, and he was like, hey, there's this thing going on that I'm applying to, and it might be appropriate for you as well. And so both me and my friend applied to Tulsa remote. Amazingly, we both got accepted.
So I'm guessing it's probably divided up and it's distributed either quarterly or monthly. So what is that, 800 and change a month? $2,500 every quarter? They're incentivizing you to do it. It's free money.
The idea is they're trying to develop Tulsa as a fun place to live and also some economic growth, all that kind of fun stuff. They were like, hey, why don't we just straight up give people money to move here?
All right. He used the fund to cover his...
I really took the Tulsa remote opportunity here.
This man is smart. He used the fund to cover his rent, food, and other expenses during his first year in Tulsa. Now look at what's happening right now. He is literally on a skateboard. He makes $200,000 a year. He got on his work gear. He's going to be smelling like outside when he get to work. However, this man does not feel the need to have a car. He does not feel the need to impress anybody. Funny how God work, ain't it? Ain't it funny how God work? He literally is exemplifying exactly what I've been communicating to you guys on how you need to move differently. You think this man care about what you think about his purple sweater? He don't. Do you think this man care about the fact that he riding on a skateboard? If he does it confidently, the chicks is still going to rock with him. He need to iron his shirt, but the chicks is still going to rock with him because he moving out of confidence. And they see his vision and they're not dictating whether or not they're going to rock with him based off of the type of car that he has. Let's continue.
I really took the Tulsa remote opportunity.
Hold on. Look at them collars, homie. Listen, I know this man is probably a thrifty guy because this dude wouldn't even iron his shirt or have his shirt ironed or dry cleaned or took into the cleaners even before jumping on MSNBC. Jesus Christ, buddy. Put an iron to that thing.
As a, oh, hey, not only is it that they pay you to move here so it offsets the cost and makes it worthwhile, but also they kind of develop a community and they do a really good job of, hey, I can just jump into a social group. I don't need to move to a new city, be the only person there, and have to build it all up from scratch.
This is what I want to see.
I would say it's more...
Well, before we even get into it, right? He's networking effectively. You don't have to spend a lot of money to network. You just have to go outside. You don't have to spend a lot of money networking. All you have to do is go outside. Okay?
That I'm good at shopping than it is that I'm good at budgeting. My budget is that I don't spend a lot of money and don't have to worry about it too much. What I do is at the end of...
All right, so wait. Look at this guy's budget. I already knew, never seen this video a day in my life. I already knew what his budget was going to be like based off of what his lifestyle was. It's the context clues, baby. When I say that you can walk up to a person and you can tell everything about them and you can find out their sentiment within a couple hours of talking to them, you already know. I know he has all of the context clues and all of the makings of a person that make a lot of money and spends practically nothing. Subscriptions, $4. Internet, $30. Insurance, $241. All of this is stuff that he basically, you know what I'm saying, it's the lowest that you can get when you're a regular person. He only spent $335 a month on food. Housing and utility costs, he spends $425 for housing and utility. You know what's so funny? I've seen this play out so many different times living in Detroit. You know how downtown Detroit came back? A whole bunch of white people and people from different backgrounds that's not black moved into it. Detroit is phenomenal. It is beautiful. It is dope. And a whole bunch of people that wasn't from Detroit decided that they want to come into Detroit, and they came there and they lived there for cheap, and they bought a bunch of land and they did all of this stuff, and now it's booming. And then all of the black people can't listen. You want me to tell the truth, or you want me to tell the truth? All of the black people was like, dang, they fixed it up down here. What's going on? Dan Gilbert then incentivized people from Quicken Loans and Rocket Mortgage in order to live, work, and play all in the same area. Next thing you know, you got the Hudson's building going up. Shinola moved down there. Microsoft moved down there. Several different companies moved their headquarters over there. Now it's booming. Then next thing you know, now the Detroit Pistons, they decided that they want to move down there. That's how it go. You have to be at the forefront of the movement in order to benefit from it long term. You have to be at the forefront of the movement. And so this is what he's doing, right? He's literally living on 400. He got paid to go there. He's living on $425 per month. And he's putting $11,697 a month up. I wonder if he ever gonna fall into the Victim Olympics. I wonder if he's ever gonna worry about the recession. Listen, for what he let me add this up. Food, utilities, 4,750. All right, 60, 460. 760 plus 241. 1,001, 1,031, 1,035. His living expenses is $1,035 a month. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. My mental math may be a little bit off. I'm a C student, but his living expenses is $1,035 per month. Let me redo that again. 4 carry to 7, that's 7, 60, 8, 9, 40, 101, 1 plus 4 is 5, 130. $1,035 a month is his living expenses. That's all he got. $1,035 a month is his living expenses. Now, again, I'm a C student, so I'm a little slow. My mental math might be a little bit off, but this man you don't even have to have a job to survive off of $1,035 a month. Bro, you can make that in like a few nights of Ubering. If you just wanted to just do that. Neither here nor there. This man is killing it. Let's see. Curiosity Stream, Bitwarden, YouTube, Liquid Savings, taxable brokerage, 401k. Look, Liquid Savings, taxable brokerage, 401k. He hitting it. He hitting everything. He still need to slap an iron on that shirt, but he is killing his budget. I like what I'm seeing right now.
Each month, I look at all of my expenses and I make sure that there's nothing strange that I didn't expect. And I try to keep the number between 1,000 to 1,500 for everything.
Let's see. Aaron's total savings.
So I try to max out.
So he got over $200,000.
The 401k.
He got over $200,000 put up at 22 years old. This man is going to be a millionaire without even blinking. And he's going to be able to do what he wants to do for the rest of his life. The only problem that he's going to run into as he gets older is two things. A, he's going to have to find a wife and make sure he got a prenup because he actually have assets that he can lose. That's A. And B, well, I don't even know if he want a wife, but neither here nor there. I don't care about that. And B, he's going to have to reprogram himself to even go out and have fun because right now he's conditioned his mind to not need anything in order to make sure, or not to have to spend money to have fun. He go out, he play cards with friends. He don't even he didn't even have nothing for discretionary income. This dude just be out having a good time. I like this guy.
So I try to max out all of my retirement vehicles. This includes the 401k and the Roth IRA. However, due to
killing the game.
This year, my income being so high that I can't put money into the Roth IRA. I haven't been doing that.
Best problem in the world. What do I talk about in the Patreon? He just maxed out. Listen, his income is too high to still be able to invest in his Roth IRA because there's an income threshold, right? In order for you to be able to do so, first and foremost, You also have to take into consideration that things are different from when you're married. So there's benefits that come along with being married, right? But the threshold for him to be able to invest in his Roth IRA is $6,000 a year that he can contribute to it, but he can't even do it because there's a income threshold that prevents you from being able to do so, right? A lot of people don't know this. In addition to that, 401k, Roth 401k, the maximum that he can put into it now is $20,500. And so within 2 months, literally within 2 months, if he wanted to, assuming that his job does not have a match, because you want to stretch that out through the end of the year if you do get a match because you don't want to lose out on any free money. But in 2 months, he can automatically do that without even blinking. It's beautiful. That's his special
I
indulgence.
do intermittent fasting, so I only eat 1 meal in a day. It's for convenience reasons, because every day I only have to make 1 meal, and it's usually the same, taco salad or chili or something along those
This
lines.
boy on the Dave Ramsey diet, ain't he? Oh, Jesus. Okay. Listen, I know this is money, but come on, family. You only wear purple because you want to be lazy? This dude got purple hangers. And all of them shirts is washed out. Them collars is done. Come on, man. Listen, y'all gonna have to invest in your wardrobe. You got to invest in your wardrobe also. You can't be out here looking like a dusty. He makes enough money to be able to invest in his wardrobe without a problem. That should not. Listen, for those of you that's trying to understand what you should invest, because I don't want y'all going out and just spending $10,000 on a wardrobe to redo the whole thing. No. You allocate a budget to be able to buy 1 or 2 items per month. That's it. All you got to do is budget for 1 or 2 items per month, whatever that is. If you budget in $100 a month, if you budget in a couple $100 a month, you can budget $50 a month. You buy 1 item, or I'm sorry, not per month, 1 item for every time that you get paid. It could be something small so that you can allocate additional monies to where you can buy something big long term. Every time you get paid, buy 1 item. Buy a shirt, buy a pair of slacks, buy some socks. You can buy some socks this pay period, and then buy some shoes, some dress shoes, some Chelsea boots or something like that. The next pay period, you revamp and then eventually your entire wardrobe over time just becomes revamped without it really breaking your budget. That's how you go about doing things. But that's just that's a strategy that I suggest to people. You don't have to listen to me.
I always wear purple. The reason that I originally did this was because I was tired of having to worry about styles, and I was like, hey, why don't I just pick the best and then always do that? And since then, I have also gotten numerous side benefits of always wearing the same outfit. For example, not having to decide in the morning is very convenient. Also, just having less clothes overall. Like, I don't have to think about how things match. Everything matches. It's all the same. My closet is, maybe 5 copies of this, and that's about it.
I'm not going to judge his clothing choice because that's not what this video was about. But,
my wonderful parents
that's a little lazy.
homeschooled me. I was actually given the freedom to do what I like. Growing up as a homeschooler, you spend a lot of time at home with your parents, and so just the type of people that your parents are has a great effect.
Is his brother in a Twilight movie? Jesus. This boy is as pale as Jacob. Or was it Edward? This boy is as pale as Edward. Look at this boy. Y'all need to get him checked out. Seriously. This guy right here to my right, they literally need to get this guy checked out. This guy has no color. He doesn't even look like he has blood flowing through his veins. Boy, that boy looked like he just got out of a Twilight movie. Jesus Christ. Get that boy checked out. And somehow, some way, none of them got an iron. Ain't nobody got an iron. Look at this shirt. Why ain't nobody got an iron? So they decided to do a family portrait. He said that I'm not going to get a haircut. I'm not going to do nothing. I'm not going to put an iron on. I'm not going to do nothing. I know MSNBC is going to be coming over here to take photos, and I'm not going to use an iron. All right. Okay. So that's what we doing? Cool. Listen, if it's your world, as long as you ain't fumbling the bag, big dog.
On your life. My dad, being a PhD mathematician, math was just a common dinner conversation. You know, we talked about like the Riemann zeta hypothesis and all that kind of fun stuff. I started
He is way too far ahead for this C
programming
student.
when I was about 6 or 7 using a program called Scratch, which lets you like drag and drop programming blocks and do for loops and all that kind of fun stuff.
I'm gonna add some value to this. By 14, he was getting paid to work on Minecraft projects when his friends offered him gigs. At 16, got a longer term job with a single server, earning $1,500 a month for about 8 months. Once he turned 18, his former robotics club teacher hired him to join his company as a DevOps engineer. Ooh-wee! Get your kids into development. It is going to be a benefit for them long term.
I did not negotiate my salary, and as a stupid 18-year-old who didn't know how much engineering was worth, I actually got paid hourly $15 an hour as an engineer, which it's not real great.
Yeah, he all right. He'll be all right. This dude has no college degree. He got
when I was 18
interpersonal
and I got
skills.
this job, I mean, that would have been when I would apply to colleges. And I looked at this and I was like, hey, I've already got a job in hand, which maybe not salary-wise was great. And I was like, hey, I could either go and take this engineering job and make X amount of money, or I could go to college and spend X amount of money. And 4 years from now, maybe have the same job that I have now. And so it just didn't make financial sense to take 4 years and however much it would have cost to go to college.
Oh, no. Don't tell me you're in van life. Okay, the one thing that I do like about what he just said, though, forget the college part. I don't care about that part. However you get your bag is you get your bag. But what if you notice, he was an engineer. He is an engineer. For some reason, he's in sales now. That's literally what I keep telling y'all every single day. Sales is life. And I'm not just talking about the job itself. I'm talking about the mentality, because that skill translates across the board, regardless of what it is that he's professionally groomed to do or what his skill set is. The people that make the most money are in sales because they understand that people do things because they like you, not necessarily because you are the best at it or you have the best product. The foundation who he is in engineering. He is a developer. But he still understands that sales is where the bags are. But let's get into this van life thing.
For 2022, my goal is to travel the country and see all that there is to see. Originally, I was going to do this with Airbnb, but now I'm going to do it out of a van.
All right. I like that. I like that. So let me tell you what I think is happening here. I think that the incentive for him to live in Tulsa is expiring because he said that they pay him. And again, y'all got to use your context clues in order to grasp exactly what's going on. They paid him to come to Tulsa for a year, which basically allowed for him to be able to live free for the entirety of that year. It was doled out throughout the year to incentivize him to stick around instead of giving it to him in one lump sum. And now that that's over, he's saying that instead of paying rent or continuing to live in this environment because of what I do for a living, I can do this anywhere. So he spent $25,000 on a van, which is less than the equivalent of $2,500 a month. It's probably, I don't know, was it 2,200, 22 something, 23 and change a month, something like that. And he said that I'm going to buy this cash because he has the cash to be able to do so, not financing it, which means that he's not paying the servicer of the mortgage. And then he's converting that over so that he can live the life that he wants to live and not be subjected to anything because he's not bound by these long-term requirements, and he can do what he wants to do when he wants to do it. I don't have no problem with I wouldn't live out of a van, but I have no problem with how it is that he moves money around in order to make sure that he's successful.
When I looked into getting a van, I determined that this is actually maybe not the best
Watch me buy a
decision.
van.
The reason being that there is
Watch me buy a van now. And then just park it in the back and never dry that mug.
a lot of cost that goes into a van, be it insurance and maintenance and all of the fun, weird stops that you have to make along the way. But to be completely honest, I'm very happy financially at the moment.
We know.
Trixie. This is the van that I'll be living out of for the next year. such luxury as
Dang.
a full shower inside of a van.
How did they plug up the water though? He got a full shower in the van?
Back here, we have all of my wonderful camping gear because this isn't an apartment, it's a really fancy tent. So my budget for the year is $14,000, and this includes everything all in.
His budget for the whole year is $14,000. The whole year. Now, I will tell you this too, ladies and gentlemen, and I've been saying this for a long time. My personal living expenses on a monthly basis is less than his. My personal living expenses on a month-to-month basis is less than his. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon.
Talking insurance, maintenance, sales tax of buying the vehicle, the added costs that I'm gonna have of living in a vehicle, like maybe having to eat out more, things along those lines. And then also just the loss of value in the car.
He factored in depreciation. This man is on his math game.
I recognize that money that I make today in my early 20s is worth more than money that I would make in my 40s because I get nice, investments, I get growth on this money or a return on the investments that I make now.
Yep.
To that point, I am trying as hard as I can to min-max my savings for the moment so that I can get those great dividends over time.
Dividends over time. His goal is to save $2 million for retirement so he has the option to retire.
At this point,
think about it. Look at the key words so that he has the option. He has the option to retire in his early 30s. Money gives you options. It's not about whether or not that you can afford or, hey, but the average person lives on $50,000 a year, but they got to work the rest of their life in order to even be able to survive. When you get rich, money gives you options. You can choose to go and sit on the floor and watch the Pistons. You can choose whether you don't. You can choose whether or not you want to get rid of everything and decide that you want to go digital nomad and drive a van every day. Money, I don't care what they tell you, gives, say it with me now, you options. Okay. All right. We getting it together. Money gives you options. Money gives you options. Money gives you options. It's not about money itself. It's about the options that it's a tool. Let's continue.
At this point, I'm focused on life experience, I'd like to see the world, go and experience things that I haven't done before. And, I'm in a comfortable place to do that.
I like that. I think no problems, not even a little bit with anything. Listen, the only problem that I had with him was that shirt. But then again, I realized that why he didn't even want those shirts, because he said, I don't need no closet because I'm going to be living in a van for the rest of my life. So listen, you can do what you want to do when you want to do it. When you have the option to do so. I got some new sponsors. Let me give a shout out to somebody before my new sponsors come tomorrow. I want to give a shout out to Gourmet Popcorn of Carlisle. It says to Anton and Rita, happy anniversary from Gourmet Popcorn. We hope you enjoy our products. Thanks for the gems you drop on us on a regularly in the Patreon. Shout out to the Bag Chasers. Says thank you. We hope you love we hope you love your popcorn as much as we do. Dope. So, 10% off your next purchase was the coupon code Get Some. So, get some. Go to Pop Carlisle, POPCARLISLE, popcarlisle.com. I'm going to put that link is in the description because they sent me this dope gift, and they sent me an anniversary gift. They sent me and Rita this anniversary gift that I thought was pretty awesome. So I said I wanted to make sure that I recognize them, and it's dope. So they gave us all of this popcorn. It's pretty dope. I wound up eating the strawberry one already, so sorry, Carlisle Popcorn. But I did. That strawberry popcorn hit. This is candy apple. Yeah, I'm about to eat that right now. Yes, I am. This is cinnamon toast. All right. Candy apple. Caramel. Maybe I'll go with the caramel. Sweet and salty. Huh. Sound like your girl last night. Jalapeno. Ooh, jalapeno. Cheddar. This is cheddar. This is salt and vinegar. Oh, I like this. What's this one right here? It's that black. I think I'm gonna have this one. And this is chocolate. So go to popcarlisle.com or you can call by phone 717-516-0140. 717-516-0140. Part of the Bag Chasers. This junk is good. I'm telling you, that strawberry hit. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and plus the 9, the strawberry. Did I eat any other ones? Thank you for the anniversary gift, Pop Carlisle popcorn. I will be in touch with you shortly. It was absolutely tremendous. I had to prevent myself from eating all of the other flavors so that I could shout y'all out. But thank y'all for the anniversary gift. Also, we got new sponsors coming tomorrow, so that'll be absolutely awesome. Make sure y'all support Pop Carlisle for sending me and Rita. Hey, that caramel's a little heavier than the regular ones. I'm about to taste this chocolate though. Check out Pop Carlisle. They do phenomenal. And follow them on Instagram and Facebook also. All right. So again, Bag Chasers, we're going to be intentional when it comes to making sure. Look at Rita stealing. Why is you stealing? I want which one you got?
I got caramel. We can share. Dang. I was going to ask you if you was going to do the rest of that stuff too. Is that good?
The rest of what stuff? Oh, no. We're going to do it tomorrow. I love y'all. Yeah, that's good. Why do you want to taste mine?
Honey, why you got to have the whole bag? You shouldn't even have all of it.
Pop Carlisle, can y'all send us some more popcorn? Can you put 3 strawberry, at least 2 chocolate, and 3 strawberry in there? Can y'all, Pop Carlisle, can you please send us some more popcorn, please?
Can I have one? Can I taste one? Please?
How you gonna taste mine, but you got your own in your hand? No. Okay. All right. Whatever. No, forget it.
Y'all see this? Dang.
I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Hey, make sure y'all join Patreon. Link is in the description. The well pinned to the top of the chat. The link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. No, listen. Good stuff make me happy. This is why I be having problems. Why I gotta work in the gym, work so hard in the gym now. Thank you, Pop Carlisle. Appreciate you. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I rock with y'all. Patreon members, tomorrow, I put the link in the description for y'all to join in on the Build a Business. So we got that popping off. Just booked my plane tickets for New York, too. Patreon exclusive meetup in New York. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace. I need you to do me one more favor. God, dog, this junk is good. Before we get up out of here, this candy apple going to hit. I already know it. I need y'all to do me one more favor before we get up out of here. All right? Here's one. Make sure. Oh, this make my soul happy right here. Make sure you share this live stream with your family and friends, because we don't want to be rich and eat Pop Carlisle popcorn by ourselves. Pop Carlisle, send me 3 strawberry and 1 more chocolate, please. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm getting up out of here. Damn. Peace.